government 2 years ago. The top
Hello? 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 Is that you, Mr. Aggie? Oh, very well, then. George? Thank you to remember my birthday. Oh, I love the photo. Yes, it was lovely. It's nicer than I've ever seen it look. What? Shall we come to fire? We could do nothing at the time. We could have a splendid pop for two. Pop for two. Pop prints for brown paper. Yes. You didn't know the soda left? Well, romantic. Oh, silly stuff. Oh, dear. Well, why not? It's the birthday, ain't it? Isn't it? What? What birthday? Ah, that is the silly. Is it that is the silly? Well, what would you say to 31? Tell who? But I don't know Henry. I don't know Henry. What? Say how tonight? Why, the doctor. Well, where would you? What? I should like to go to the New Empire. The New Empire. The Empire Harvey. The Empire, yes. What, don't you? Is that rather a special reason? Yes. So, but if you must know, it's where my first trip with the night of the pool. Yes, poor old Emily. I too. But my brother Oris, seeing one of the cookers' house, he used his sprinkler room. But the matter of fact, he cut too hard to get us in. Oh, funny old shows they had in those days. There was a dance called Carmen. And seeing as how Henry was a Carmen in those days, he was always gone. Oh, poor old Henry. It wouldn't be easy to find him under his shoes. Well, policeman. I think you could get off that piece of it. Sorry, so you won't be. What? He didn't suspect him when he was alive. Are you got the nerve to say those things I don't know? I'm sure we never had so much as a cold word. And another thing. When he had double pneumonia, who did you step up whole night with a credit salt with him? I did. And another thing. When the hen came, who was it who buried him with cheesy cake, cherry wine, and 4 ounces of tune? I did. And I'd be glad to do it again, so I would. No, you can't get around me like that. I say you can't get around me like that. Really? Why? Oh, George, listen to this thing. You don't expect me to be there. What? You want for a hunt tonight? Oh, I don't know if I can. Oh, no, now don't do this, George. Knock down the phone. Oh, you stop it then. Who are you? When I found his parents, then I was the star. If you want to see how to come down, there's a monkey that I can't do. It is never sat on the bumblebee, but it's singing you, well, well, that's that. I wish I could do my changes as quickly and calm and sober. You know, I should be dying to hear and see myself on the film. And then I can go straight back and tell myself exactly what I think of myself. Then I just couldn't ever go on the stage again. But however, hear this just for a minute, ladies and gentlemen. The days of the old empire are finished. And we have here a marvelous new enterprise. And we're here to wish it an enormous success and, if possible, healthy success. So, ladies and gentlemen, here's to the new empire. Thank you so much. Toodaloo, boys and girls. Toodaloo.
The opening of this new theatre is doubly welcome to me. Welcome because, as an English producer, it affords a new competitor for my wares, and welcome because, as a London film fan, it provides yet another haunt where I may go and see presented in the best circumstances good films. I wonder whether who see films in a West End theatre realize what the invention of sound film means for the screen. When one sees a film in such a theatre as this, one sees it with appropriate noises, with a large orchestra, and given its full effect. Many people do not realize that the pleasure they get from it cannot be got by those who see it in some small provincial theatre. Many people, perhaps, do not realize that the average size of an orchestra in the cinema theatre in this country is nearer 2 or 3 than the size of an orchestra in a theatre like this. Therefore, the invention of the sound film, as you see, will strengthen the hold of the cinema on audiences throughout every country. The invention of the speaking film is perhaps a horse of another colour. I am among those who cannot bear the idea of the introduction of the human voice, however pleasant it sounds, into one quiet, smooth watching of visual images on the screen. At its best, it must be a disturbing element in drama, and at its worst, it must give rise to boring speeches like this, which I will hold no longer before you.
Now, while I'm speaking to you, anybody can boo or jeer or applaud or make any noise that he pleases. I'm used to recording the booing of other people, and so I do not mind some of it being silent in me. I'm here tonight not as a critic, nor as the arch opponent of the American invasion, but merely because for years now I've been a recorder of events, and so far as the booing of myself is concerned, I must remember that on one occasion another comedian, not Hammond Crawford, but Jack Edge, made a speech somewhat like the one that I'm making now, when at the end of the Rainbow he came on and demanded a hearing. Somebody pulled him off the stage and the curtain came down. Now I'm turned up in the office the other day, the story I wrote about the last of the old empire. Passing of the empire, it reads, the Prince of Wales behind the scenes, woman MP faint. On that occasion, when Lady de Good was over, and the end of the show was scarcely heard because of the noise, a crowd came on the stage and threw flower pots all over the place. All sorts of things have occurred on this stage. I read, for instance, in the cutting that Dan Leno made his West End debut on this stage, that Arthur Roberts used to appear, Sims Reed, that Winston Churchill made his first speech during a riotous Belfast night, when, as an undergraduate, he was thrown out with the rest of the crowd. Mrs. Ormiston Chant in 1894 tried to close the promenade here, a promenade where the Jubilee plunger frequently spent £100 a night in champagne. Mr. Bottomley was once paid £50 a night for speaking here. Then, of course, there was the famous night, the first night of Irene, when Edith Day scored a triumph. In fact, everybody has appeared on this stage at some time or another, except Amy Maxwell. Now, perhaps I'm taking her place now. I should like to congratulate the proprietors and builders of this place upon the wonderful place they've erected, and in spite of my legs and the American feelings, congratulate them most heartily and wish them every success there.
Oh! Have I kept you waiting? Oh, I'm sorry I'm late. As a juvenile British film star, I feel it a great honor to be able to talk to you tonight. And I'm sure that the talkies are going to be a great thing for British film artists. And we'll all be very pleased to meet you again and talk to you again in this magnificent theatre through the medium of the screen. Cheerio, everybody.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I wish to apologize for appearing here this evening in uniform. But I'm sure you'll excuse me, as I haven't had time to change into evening dress. I have just finished work and have come off the set where I have been playing in Victor Savile's production of Warwick Deeping's story, Kitty. I should feel very proud indeed if one day my work is shown in such a magnificent cinema as the New Empire. My congratulations to the founders of this colossal house, Messrs. Metro Goldwyn Mayer. Mingle with my deepest admiration of their beautiful conception. Good night, everybody.
Thank you. Hayden Coffin's spirit cannot hear whether you are applauding or otherwise, but he thanks you just the same. It's a very curious thing that one should be able to see oneself as others see you. It's over 40 years ago that I had the privilege of appearing in this wonderful theatre, or at least I should have said Hayden Coffin had the privilege. I'm only his spirit, so please remember that. And in those days, we had an audience to speak to. At this present moment, when I am giving this speech, you know, not here, Hayden Coffin is giving it, it's being given in a very large studio with no audience but the recorders and those that are interested in turning on the lights, which are almost blinding one. And it's now a very great privilege for me to be able to stand up here and know that my better half, I should say the fleshly half of Hayden Coffin, is somewhere in the front of the theatre listening to what this ghost has got to say. He opened here in a play, a musical play called The Hunter, by Sidney Grundy and Teddy Solomon, with that wonderful artist in America, Lillian Russell, playing the title role. She was known as the Queen of Comic Opera. There never has been another. I think if I step around at the back, I shall be able to find out what Coffin thinks of his ghost speech. I shall not be afraid of him, because he can't punch my head, being only a spirit. Good night.